I'm Heather, aka Yarrow Elfwy.
And I'm Shapeshifter, and my other name, my normal name is Chrissy Cox.
I'm Tribal Tree Fairy.
And then we also have Tanya Quinn, who's Gypsina, and Shoshana Grunwald, who is
Shoshana Fire Fairy.
Fire Fairy.
Shoshana.
I am from New Orleans. I was born and raised there. I moved out to Long Beach about 6 years ago. It'll be 6 years ago, July 5th. And then I ran into Fire Fairy Shoshana working out with Sabi, and she gave me a set of poi and told me that I was a Fire Fairy too. And I figured it out.
Yeah. And Shoshana spun poi with the Worms Union, and that was her first experience. And when they moved out to New Orleans, she stayed here and helped with Rachel, found Sirena Serpentina. So
They're the founders.
They're the founders. They're the first two original members, and then we joined on just shortly after their debut performance in Long
It was
Beach.
an open performance.
It was such an amazing experience. And so many young people. I got to talk to all these people that from all over the South. People coming from Alabama, Georgia, all there to see all the awesome music. And there's the most beautiful ancient oak trees lining the
Tree of
roads
life,
inside
man.
there. And it was a blessing to be there. It was so many creative musicians and awesome people, and it was a gift. And we
Lots
love
of
to do it
positive
again.
energy.
Yeah, the vibe was definitely up at the Voodoo Fest. It was a magical performance. We worked so hard to get to that point, and then when we were actually able to unveil it, to show the people what we've been working so hard for, it was just amazing. The energy level and the release of being able to do what we do.
Yeah, the crowd was super supportive, and all the other troops that were performing and the musicians. It was great all around. I met some really good people, and hopefully we'll collaborate with them in the future. We already have made a lot of good connections there. And yeah, Worms Union was awesome. I love seeing other fire performers that just do it differently, and it's a whole different kind of energy. We're dance fairies, and it was like, a harder, tougher, but that's what fire is. Like, the element of fire is just, it can be sensual, it can be tough and strong and powerful, and it was awesome to get inspiration from other people and to play with them afterwards. 'Cause
Yeah.
we went off to the side and did a lot of improv stuff with them.
Fun.
We collaborated with a bunch of people that I started spinning. I was out there doing poi, and somebody came up close to me, and we were like doing some cool tricks. And
It's kind of like a release though after, It's like you get all amped up to perform, and then you actually have your show, and then you're all amped up, and you're like, I have all this energy still, what am I going to do with it? And then you go off to the side, and you got all these
Playtime.
other people to play with, and it's just like, whoosh,
That was cool. Yeah,
fireworks!
for sure.
And we're solid. 5 girls, come on, how hard is that to keep 5 women happy? And we do it.
And we love each other so much. The sisters.
It's respect, man. Share it. Oh, it's grassroots. It's independent people coming together and doing their own thing that doesn't have to be sponsored by a top name or managed by some crazy company. It's like they're doing what they do because they're passionate about it.
And I think too, fire performers in general always get the short end of the stick.
With the freaks, man.
We always, it's hard to find venues that'll still allow that, and it's just great that freedom is there, that creativity is still there. Being with other independent artists who do still have the freedom to explore and do what inspires them, rather than what someone's telling them to do. So.
I definitely thought it was my favorite stage. The Land of Nod stage was just incredible. There was just so much just art, just people flowing. It wasn't all corporate and all. Cause so many of the music festivals are just getting like that. There is no Land of Nod stage at so many of these other festivals.
Coachella.
So to have that is like it's so special and something that needs to be supported so it keeps going and it doesn't get swallowed up by corporate rock.
And those independent bands and artists don't get forgotten about because they're given the space to actually do their thing and share it with the world, rather than having to go to some hole-in-the-wall bar, which is awesome as well, but then you're limited to the people that you reach out to. And the Land of Nod gives you that opportunity to show the world.
And as fans, you're able to get right up in the front and watch the band in the front and not be stuck with 20,000 people in the back where the person you're watching is this big on the stage,
Yeah, and then watch them on a screen.
And to be able to do things that create and make a space for other people to become a part of and actually feel that higher vibrational energy, you know? Feel that creative flow that created us all, you know?
To change someone's views and open their minds up a little bit more, but a person's going to have their point of view no matter what, you know, because sometimes people are so closed off from the rest of the world that they're happy with their little bubble that they're in. You kind of touch the bubble and hope to pop it so that it opens up more space for them to like accept.
I'm gonna burn the bubble.
The world's bubble.
And I'm dancing like so, just like kind of like
Flowy.
calmness, like in the middle of like all this
of the storm.
craziness, you know. And it was just
Yeah.
so surreal to me. I felt like I was like floating.
But that's the beauty and the balance of life. And if you live life just to think that everything needs to be in order and this certain way, then you're missing out
There's a
on
regimen.
so many other things.
And I think that one of the big words of this time is unity, and that's really, you know, as humans on this planet, that we really need to bridge, you know, the gaps and really all come together, love each other, understand each other.
No matter what walk of life you come from.
Exactly. So if we can help to, like, someone can see us and, like, normally they would judge us and think they wouldn't want a part of it, but something ignites in them and they feel like inspired to maybe talk to us or ask us, and then they can open up to it, and then right there we just bridged a gap and, you know, brought some unity. And
People need an outlet. They can't just do the 9 to 5 all the time. I mean, they can, but it will eventually drive you crazy.
Yeah.
So just finding your outlet, finding your creative space, and if it's what we do, or you connect with it, or if it just inspires you to go out and find your thing and your own niche. That's what it's all about.